Man, everybody, this is the third edition of the MacAttack Racing versus Mob Racing League versus League series. Tonight we're going to be at Road America. We're actually going to do a little bonus here to start this broadcast, and we are going to be watching qualifying. So these guys just loaded in. We're going to go ahead and load in and watch these guys make their qualifying rounds. They're all on the warm-up lap right now. And so Lando looks like he has lagged out, and the 5 car, whoever that is, also lagged out. I don't remember. We got 99 spinning out into the barriers there. True Death in the 3. Garv was the other guy that lagged out. So this is just qualifying, so as True Death comes to a complete stop, the 20 comes to a complete stop. I think we might be trying this over again. Alright, well, we're going to have some time to kill here. Let me get confirmation. They are definitely retrying qualifying. Well, that's unfortunate. We had a couple guys that didn't hit the gas pedal to begin with, and didn't get across the line fast enough. Let's see. We can join their party and get an invite. Hey, send me a few invites real quick.
MacAttack versus MacAttack.
This is
Because I'm already live. Alright, cool. I'm just going to watch qualifying again. Alright. Alright, thanks.
Who'd be calling me? Hello?
Alright. Let's go to here. Alright, we'll wait for them to jump into that. Looks like they already are in. So a little miscommunication to begin qualifying, but we're going to get everybody on the track anyways here in a second. And we're going to watch their qualifying attempts. Get everybody familiar with the drivers tonight. Yeah, they're going at it. Okay, so it looks like we got True, Lando, Escape, who's in this 50 car, Swamp Cracker. That's the first group of cars. They're going to start spreading out as they make their way through on this first lap. You see these guys back here waiting their turn, trying to get some clean track to be able to hit the best lap they can. I kind of like what the group at the front is doing here. And going hard right away, because they're only doing a 4-lap qualifying session. And at these road courses, you run your fastest laps after your tires are worn in a little bit. So these guys that are kind of going hard on this first lap, they're warming up these tires right now. And by the third and fourth lap, they're going to be completely heated up, ready to go, ready to run their hot lap. So not a bad strategy by these guys up front. The guys in the back that are kind of taking it easy, they could definitely still hit good laps for sure. They just might be limited to only the fourth lap as their hot lap. So we're going to ride along with Swamp Cracker. It's close to the 24 here. Might try and get a little bit of draft during this lap. This might be a little bit of a strategy that these guys are playing. Oh, he's going to go wide out of 2. That's going to kill his lap time, as he need a lot of drive down that straightaway. Nesta, oh, that's going to hurt him for 2 laps because he's coming out of the last turn getting to the finish line. So that lap's going to be slower. And the next one. SDR White's hitting the wall a little bit. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job here. Full triple in the 14. Gets out of 2 clean. Watch Team 95 shooting into, I believe that's 2, I guess that's like turn 3. I'll have to pull up a track map so I know what I'm talking about during the race. Who's your boy just behind them in the 12? Garv in front of them in the 5. He's making his way around through the carousel here. Trying to get a good run on the exit to be able to propel himself down this long straightaway and through this right-hander. Looks like he missed the apex of the turn, was able to keep it off the grass. Hootie Hoo. 99, keeping it very tight to the inside. That's the preferred line through the carousel there. I think True Death is your leader. And this might be the last lap. We'll ride along with True Death for the rest of his qualifying lap. Alright, that's going to complete your qualifying. We're going to load back into the race lobby, and we'll see who was sitting on the pole for tonight's race. Might have been the longest qualifying session we've ever had on stream. But we're almost there. All right. Finally. We're going to get this thing started. So your pole sitter is going to be Mark MacAttack with the 201-708. We're going to back out of this lobby, wait for them to set up the race lobby, and then we'll be loading back in when they go green. Road America tonight, 50 laps, I believe. I don't know what my test session is set at, but I think it's 50 laps. No, there's no way. It's only 25. This track's way too big. Let's see. We got the stage lengths written down. Hell yeah. Mark MacAttack is your West Higgins ORV Pole Award winner. Alright, Road America is going to be 27 laps, but because of the cautions, I think it's like 24 because of the stage breaks. So we got 5 laps in the first stage, 4 laps in the second stage, and 12 laps in the third stage. And I believe that we're only going to have one green flag pit stop, and that will be in the third stage. Still waiting on an invite. And they're still getting that lobby set up. I'll join back into their chat real quick. I'll make it easier. And then, oh, they actually got me an invite. All right, cool. Well, it's not going to be only one pit stop. You'll have to pit at the end of the stages. But as far as green flag stops, yes, there will only be one green flag stop in the last stage. These cars, they get about 6 laps of fuel on 3 times wear. So, first stage only being 5 laps, second stage only being 4. There's no need to pit there. And then the third stage being 12, you split it exactly down the middle, and you can do 12 laps on 1 green flag pit stop, 4 tires, full tank of fuel, and get it going. This race, there's not really a ton of strategy involved. It's going to be about who can have a fast car that doesn't make mistakes. You can be the fastest car in the race, but if you mess up at these road courses, it is very hard to overcome that versus somebody that, might be a tenth or two off, but they're very consistent every single lap. So sometimes consistency is key at these road courses, but usually the driver that matches the speed and the consistency, or matches the speed with the consistency, takes home the win. I'm sure that will probably be the case again tonight. Watch out for Swamp. Swamp Cracker did qualify 5th. He is about a second off the pace of the pole sitters, but starting top 5, you never know what can happen. Right now, it looks like the favorites are 100% Mark MacAttack and True Death. They out-qualified 3rd place by almost 2 seconds, about a second and a half. Hoosier Boy was your 3rd place qualifier. He's in the 12 car tonight, so the 44 and the 3 are going to be out front a lot. Very similar times. True Death was only a tenth slower during the qualifying session, and I think Mark MacAttack is on the leaderboard this week. These guys have been running races all week. So yeah, Mark's up there in 2nd. True Death is in 5th. Let's see on the weekly if anybody's up there. Who Dat, I think, is in this race. Could be wrong. Or is Hootie Who? But you see, True Death and Mac and Mark are class of the field tonight. But they're almost ready to go. And we're pretty much just waiting on a join message for this one. Where did Lando qualify? Lando qualified in 11th. Lando ran a 2:06.843. He will be starting mid to backpack. So a little bit of work for the 47 to get towards the front. He wasn't too confident in his abilities at this track, but like I said, if you can run consistent, you don't have to be the fastest car. You can just not make any mistakes, and you will finish up front during this race. But here we go. We're loading into this race now. They're on their way to the racetrack, and we're going to join in just behind them. You can see the lap times here. First place, Mark MacAttack. He's your West Higgins ORV Pole Award sitter from Road America. All right, we're loading in. "27 laps around this place. Lots of green around this track. A lot of scenery around Road America. We got the track map pulled up, so we're going to be able to tell you guys what turn is what. And all right, we're going green. Mark MacAttack to lead the field to the green flag. And we're off. They'll be heading down into turn 1 here. We're going to watch from the front of the field, see if anybody makes any contact into turn 1. They're going to have to check up here a little bit. Oh, the 5 car gets into the 12. Hoosier Boy hard into the wall, into the sand. We're going to go back to the front of the field. Garv was the other contender, or I don't know, was the other driver involved in that incident. You can see him get into the 14 again there. And they're kind of too wide here as they come down this long straightaway into turn number 5. This hard left-hander is turn 5. We're going to get back to the front of the field. Mark MacAttack has taken the lead over True Death early. This is how they qualified, first and second. They're going to come up the hill into turn 6, sharp left-hander, into another short straightaway to turn 7. Turn 7, the right-hander. Turn 8, the left-hander here. And then they're going to go under the tunnel, or under the bridge. It's like an access for the pedestrians to cross the track, and then into the carousel, which are turns 9 and 10. Mark gets a little wide there, but gets a good exit here, and that's going to give him a lot of exit speed and speed down the straightaway. We're going to hit the wrong button there. I was trying to look back at the 24. Looked like he was going to go through the grass. Mark gets in the grass here a little bit. Still holds the speed here. This is turn number 12 right here. Sharp left-hander after a long straightaway. Puts them back into a little bit of an S. Kind of like Sonoma type deal. And then right here's the final right-hander of the lap. This is turn 14. It's going to do a good job. Use the rumble strip on exit. Come up the hill to the start-finish line. And Mark MacAttack is going to lead the first lap at Road America. He's trying to break the draft from True Death a little bit, as you saw him move to the inside there. But as they go into the hard braking zone, Mark does a good job of keeping the distance back to the 3 car. So while the leaders fight, we're going to check on Hoosier Boy, who was involved in that incident in the first turn. He's making his way back up to SDR White in the 16. Garv, the other driver involved in that incident, still holding strong. I don't know exactly what position he is in, but there's a lot of cars behind him right here. RRS is not in this race, Monkey. I don't think we have a single driver in here. Hick, Ross, and Garv side by side into the hard left-hander. This is turn 6 into turn 7. They're going to go back single file. Garv takes the position for now. Through the carousel here. Hick Ross gets a huge run. This is going to be interesting. This is a tight right-hander. Yeah, they're going to have to let off. Garv's going to go straight into the outside wall. The 14 is going to get in the back of the 18. And the 7 car, who made it through that right-hander clean, is going to be able to make a pass on 3 cars. Oh, gets a little squirrely under braking. Hick Ross gets into the sand. 18 car comes back straight into the 14. They're going to both collide. 14 in the wall. 47 now, getting pushed by the 4 through turn 13, 14, I don't know. This is turn 14 now. So Team 95 Motorsports with a huge gain. He's in that number 7 Corey LaJoy car. I think he passed probably 4 people right there through all that. But, you know, it just all started from those guys going through the right-hander side by side. There's just not enough room to run through there like that. A little bit of contact between the 18 and the 14. 47's in the grass. These guys are all over the place. Using every inch of the track that they possibly can. Oh, the 14 totally missed the braking zone. That's going to give Hip Ross a position. The 14 car of Cole Trickle is going to lose 2 spots, 3 spots. And I think he'll hold his position against Nesta. Here we go, into the hard braking zone. Garv sent it. Oh, contact. 14 makes contact with the 5. Garv kind of got in there a little slow and then was trying to cross under the 47, that green car out front of this pack. And when he was doing that, the 14 just had a head of steam going in there. It was going faster than the 5 was. And it just was contact made. You see dirt flying, cars banging each other, a little bit of damage on the nose of this 14 machine. Four car got way out in the grass. This is another. Oh, Cole Trickle decides to not take the 4 too wide into that turn. We got incidents happening in front of them though, as Lando goes wide, and then the 5 car of Garb smacks the wall again. Oh, Lando's going to miss that one too. Barely stays out of the sand trap. These guys need to settle in. They're making a lot of mistakes back here trying to just battle for position. But they're costing each other a ton of time. Hootie Hoo in the 99 and Hoosier Boys still trying to recover from their incidents. As we see the 4 car of Nesta way out to the outside in the grass. Hootie Hoo cannot see what he's going through as there's a ton of dirt flying up around his car. MLB Dave running the 23 car. Just behind this group, he's loving that they're fighting each other as hard as they are. He's loving it, as some would say. But we're looking back out front. Mark MacAttack and True Death. Honestly, they're the same distance apart as we saw when we switched off of them about 2 laps ago. So very equally matched cars. It's going to be interesting to see on the restarts if True Death can make a move on the 44 somehow and gain the track position to be ahead of this 44 car. Because to me, it kind of looks like whoever's out front is going to be in a good position here for the rest of the race. Mark's doing a really good job right now, just running clean laps. True Death is still right there, putting pressure on the 44, making sure Mark hits his marks. One slip from this 44 car, and the lead can switch hands pretty quickly. We'll get a lap count as they go around. Actually, this will be the white flag lap when they cross the line. So as they come through 14 right here, they're going to come up the hill and to the finish line. And this will be the white flag lap of stage 1, presented by Skew Car. We're going to stick on the battle for the stage win. Those guys back there were battling the hell out of each other, but this is more important at the moment. True Death gains a little time in turn 1. Looks like he was a little bit better through the braking zone than the 44 that time. We're going to actually ride along with True Death off the nose cam of his car. Watch him tail the 44 for this lap. See if there's any way he can make up time on him. Deep into this braking zone. Does a great job going through the gears. A little wide on exit, but that's okay. He's pushing his car right now. There's nobody behind these guys, so True Death can really push his car here. If he slips or something, he could just kind of back off. And, you know, he's not going to lose second, so. I don't think he's going to have enough. Looked like he gained in turn 1, but Mark has put together a hell of a set of corners through the middle of the track. Does a good job here through the kink. Mark MacAttack's going to come through the right-hander. He's going to get up through the gears. And as he climbs the hill and crosses the line, Mark MacAttack's going to bring home stage number 1 from Road America. True Death will finish second. After that, I have no idea. Might be Swamp Cracker in third place. It is. Swamp Cracker comes home third. No Escape finishes fourth. No Escape right here. Team 95 Motorsports finishes fifth. So that's your top 5 for stage 1. There's the number 7. Alright, we're going to go back to the leader. Watch how they get through pit road. See if anybody gains or loses positions. This will be a 4-tire stop. Fill it up. You might, if you can maybe take one last lap of fuel, you might do it. You've only got to do 4 laps here, so as long as you have... These cars burn a little bit of fuel. I would like to have probably 5 laps in my car to start this stage. But you could also switch that and say you take full fuel this stage, and then at the stage break going into stage 3, you could take maybe a little less fuel. Depends on what you want to do. But back up front, Mark MacAttack and True Death still on the front row. It looks like Swamp Cracker lost a few positions. Team 95 Motorsports actually gained 2 on that pit stop. He's going to start third in the second row behind Mark. And we're going to watch again from the front of the field back and see if there's any contact made. Looks like everybody gets through there a little bit cleaner than last time. We're going to go from the back of the field here. 3 wide into turn number 3. Garb is in the middle. He's going to give a spot to the 47 and the 14. 14 got a good run out of 3. Looking to the outside of Lando. Lando's going up to side draft. It's going to be about who can outbrake each other into this zone. We're going to look behind Garb. Nobody's closing in. The 14 outbreaks everybody. Pushes the 18 wide. We got a car in the sand as well. That's TCB Clubberlang, I believe. Back there. Or Mob Clubberlang. Sorry. Changed his name. Hootie Hoo's right here in the grass. This is going to check up the field. It's going to push Hick into the sand. That's going to kill his momentum. Oh, the 4 car just dives it in way too deep. Makes contact with the 12. And the 12 car goes hard into the outside wall going into the carousel. So Hoosier Boy, who qualified third, he's got a really fast car. He's just had terrible luck and look out front. As now we have a new leader. The 3 car of True Death has taken over the lead from Mark MacAttack. Will Mark be able to run him down? Remember, we saw they had similar pace in stage 1. So now that this 3 car has the track position, is he going to be able to hold this position that he's in and maybe take this stage away from Mark? But it looks like the 3 car has trouble out of turn 14. Mark's got a huge run to the inside. They're equaling out as they get to the straightaway. Mark's going to try to move up in front of the 3, and he's going to do it. 3 car's going to go down to the bottom. He's going to try to outbrake the 44 and get to his inside. It's not going to happen. 44 goes a little bit wide, leaves a little bit of room for True Death, but he didn't have enough grip to get the drive off he needed. And down into turn 3, Mark is going to hold the lead. Huge gap they have created for themselves already. True Death had the lead, man. He just did not have a good turn 14. And at Road America, it's really important that you have good corners on the corners that are leading up to these really long straightaways here. There's 3 really long straightaways at Road America, and it requires you to have a great corner going into those, because if you do not, you're going to lose a ton of time down the straightaways. It's honestly monumental how much time you lose if you do not have a good corner. This is one of the corners right here that you need to have a good exit out of, because you're going to see them exit the carousel here, and then there's this little short chute, but this right hand kink you don't really lift, and so your momentum from the carousel all the way through that right hander and down into turn 13, I believe, maybe 11, I don't know, but down into this turn, it's imperative you get a good run out of the carousel there. Mark goes a little wide. A lot of people do that. They use that grass out there, that runoff, to kind of catch their car. And True Death is kind of making a charge back to the bumper of the 44 to try to get back to the lead here. Again, just can't get out of the last turn as well as Mark, and is going to lose his time all the way down this straightaway into turn 1. So we're going to check on everybody else. The 7 car's losing a ton of time out of turn 14. The 12 is going to go underneath the 7 and then go above the 18 and overtake both cars on the front straightaway. Real quick, we're going to check back to the leaders. Where are they at? Right here. Going into 1. So this is the battle for 3rd. I know we've been giving a lot of attention to the leaders, but these guys are putting down good laps as well. Swamp Cracker is in this 50 car, and No Escape is in the 24. And so these guys put in a lot of work this week, made sure they had good cars. They don't have the pace as the leaders do, but they're running very clean, consistent, quick laps. And looks like they're going to come home with a top 5 finish in this stage if they can just hang on for another lap and a half. Behind them, I think, is Lando in the 47. Who's worked his way up to 5th. He's hanging on to the top 5. He's got a challenge from everybody's out of order. He's got a challenge from, man, I think that's a 17. Do we have a 17 in this race? Where's he at? This is Lando. No, it's a 12. Okay, so one of the fastest cars. Oh, we got a lot of contact being made here. Tootie Hoo, Clubber Lang, and SDR White. We're going to hop back on with the 12. Oh, he's going to catch Lando for sure right here. Lando goes too wide, ends up in the grass. But again, we're going to join the battle for the lead. This is the white flag lap of stage 2. And we're going to stick with True Death again as he tries to fight Mark for this stage win. It looks like Mark has not been as dominant this stage. True Death is starting to get in the rhythm with the car he has and is closing the gap. He's a lot closer to Mark than he was in stage 1. Offsets his car a little bit under braking so he doesn't hit the 44 on entry. They match each other in that braking zone. Hard on the accelerator, shift to 3rd through here. And then a hard braking zone, downshift into turn 7. Turn 8, excuse me. And then you hold it in 2nd through here, through 9 and 10. This is the carousel. You gotta wait on the throttle, pick it up here. And get the best run you can up through the gears, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, through the kink. A little bit of a run on the 44. True Death's going to have momentum going into this braking zone. He's going to look to the inside. almost side by side. Can he get the runoff on exit? He does. He gets the drive off. They're going to be side by side. This is the final lap. The final lap, last set of corners. Mark goes wide. True Death tries to cut him over. He's going to make a block. True Death to the inside. Through turn 14. Side by side. Up through the gears. They're going to be neck and neck to the line. It looks like Mark has the run, though. That last turn is just killing True Death. He cannot get the drive off he needs. And Mark MacAttack is going to sweep the stages from Road America. That was a good race right there at the end. Hell of a race by the 2 leaders. No escape. Oh, something happened to Swamp. Because he was running 3rd or 2nd. Or no. 3rd and 4th. And Swamp Cracker finishes 9th. I don't know, maybe he ran out of fuel or something. God damn, True Death. I'm looking at your tire pressures, bro. You got some crazy shit going on. No escape finishes 3rd there. Hick Ross finishes 4th. Hoosier Boy brings home 5th in that stage. Be on the lookout for the 12 car. He was the best of the qualifiers outside of Mark MacAttack and True Death. And True Death is going to lose his position on pit road. No escape moves up into 2nd, I believe. And here we go. This is the last stage. We're going to try to move to the middle of the field here. We're going to ride along with the 12. He's going to get a little contact from the 4. It looks like it hurt the 4 more than the 12. He's going to be clear into turn number 3. Mark MacAttack to the lead. True Death gets by, no escape, and he's going to be up in the 2nd already down this long back straightaway. I'm looking forward to see Hick up here. I know Hick is a good driver in that 18. He's probably got something for these leaders. And Hoosier Boy, like I said, he ran a really good qualifying lap, so I know that car's got speed. No escape, losing a lot of time. I think this is going to turn out bad for the 12. 24 gets through there okay, but side by side through there is definitely not the preferred way of doing it. Down in turn number 8, the 12 car gets a bump from Garv, who they've already made contact tonight. If I'm the 5 car, I'm not laying a bumper on that 12 car the rest of the night. And we have no engine noise due to heat 5. Mark MacAttack out to a pretty good lead here already to start the stage. Remember, the stage is the longest one of the night. 12 laps. It's going to require a fuel stop about halfway through the stage. They're going to have to do about 6 laps and 6 laps. I'm going to actually double check that because I don't know if they're going to mandate 2 stops or not. It's very close on fuel. You have to you just have to save just a tiny bit. All right, one stop that is confirmed in this stage. Remember, if you guys are watching, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all the support from everybody. Go ahead and leave a like if you would. Subscribe to the channel. I'm sure that everybody is already. Mac is lagging a little bit on stream. I think it's not terrible, though. I don't really see... I'm watching True Death's stream for the lap counts. I don't see much going on. We got the 12 and the 24 side by side here. They're going to keep each other out of the grass. Garv just behind them. They're going to be hooked a little bit. 24 is going to go into the wall. They're messing around there, making contact. That's going to cost the 24 a ton of time. Oh, 18 gets super loose. So does the 12. Garv's going to go around Hoosier. And Swamp Cracker's right there behind the 12 to take advantage of the slip-up as well. Oh, he's going to shoot it into the last turn. Makes contact with the quarter panel of the 12. Okay, we're going to leave the battle for the lead alone for a little bit while these boys are dicing it up. We're going to kind of watch these guys. 24 gets into the 50 there. Just had a huge moment on entry with his brakes. Brake bias is a huge setup adjustment here. It'll either help or hurt your car depending on where you have it and depending on how your car is handling. Have we lost Lando? I believe we have. Oh, 99 coming out of the grass there. Leaving a trail of dust behind him. Looks like he got loose out of turn 3 and maybe ended up to the inside of the track in the grass. SDR Jay White following the 23 of Mob Dave. Coming through this tight left-hander. And the number 16 Action Industries Chevy Camaro. Mark's still out front. True Death still behind him. That's probably how they're going to be for a lot of the stage. We got a car in the grass. It's the number 7. Nobody really around him, so he's either able to gather it up and continue on down the backstretch. He's going to overshoot this turn, get into the sand, though. That actually helped him. The sand kept him off the wall. That's what it's there for. Maybe not there for you to use intentionally, but that's what it's there for. Glad to see it's doing its job. And this is where we kind of get into a little bit of strategy with the leaders and everybody else that's on track. It's only one stop. You know what the other guy's going to do. He's going to take 4 tires and a full tank of Sunoco fuel. But from experience, I know these cars get about 5 3/4 laps running hard with them on a full tank. So for these guys, it's going to be important to maybe try to save just a little bit of fuel while they're racing each other. It is a 12-lap stage, and you are going to spend 1 lap coming through pit road, which will save you a tiny bit of fuel. But this first run, you kind of want to do a full 6 laps, so True Death might be saving just a tiny bit, and that might be why the gap to the 44 has widened a little bit. There's a few things you could do on track just to save yourself a little fuel. You could just short shift, when you're coming up through the gears, just shift a little early. That keeps the RPMs down. There might be a few turns where you can, instead of shifting to second, you only go to third. Or, you shift to second a little bit later. That way it doesn't redline your motor. Less RPMs are good for gas mileage. So there's a few tricks you can do around this place to just save a little bit of fuel and you know, this track's huge. It's a 2-minute lap, so 6 laps is a lot of time here at Road America. So there's definitely ample time, ample chances to just relax and save just a little bit of fuel if you need to. But this is the cat and mouse game that True Death and Mark MacAttack are playing. Because if you have to pit with, you know, if you have to pit with 7 to go because you can't make that last lap, you're going to be in trouble because you cannot make that last run. So you have to pit coming to 6 to go during this stage. You're going to see every single person on the racetrack probably pit under the same lap, just because it's a perfect split of the stage to make it on 2 runs. These guys are continuing to battle. I want to bring up swampballrash.com. This League versus League is sponsored by them. Swampballrash.com's got Heat 5 setups. They got sports news, a ton of stuff on there. We're going to leave a link in the chat if you guys want to check that out. We're going to move on from the battle with the leaders. Thought the 12 car was going to make a little more headway towards the front, but actually Swamp Cracker is the one that's making the most gains during this final stage so far. And just as we say that, he gets loose there and clips the wall on the inside. But he was doing a great job. I'm pretty sure Hick is in third, so he's already ran him down once. If he didn't have a ton of... Oh, well, he's definitely going to gain time there, as the 18 was mowing the lawn out there for the grounds crew. And we don't have engine noise again. I don't know why this game does it. It's so stupid. Swamp Cracker's making a little bit of headway back to the bumper of the 18. They both lost a little bit of time on this last lap, but they're trying to make it back up. Paycross is doing a good job. He's running clean laps. I believe the cars in front of them are the leaders, so that's for third and fourth. And you never know. Mark or True Death could definitely speed on pit road. Oh, huge gap has opened up between True Death and Mark. True Death is going to be down by, let's see, we'll pull up his stream. Actually get a lap count and see where we are on the pit cycle. So they're coming this lap. They're pitting right now. 3 cars actually out of fuel here. Stumbling a little bit coming to pit road. Didn't lose a ton of time. He got in there under the limit. So we're going to watch everybody come to pit road. And I'm telling you, literally the whole field will be on pit road. Here we go. We got 3 more cars. Every single driver in the field should be pitting on this lap. True Death and Mark coming to their stalls. Who's still out here? The 20. These guys are way back here. They'll be coming to pit road, though. STRJ White. Dave is coming to pit road. All right, Mark MacAttack is off. True Death isn't yet. Huge gap for the leader. Mark MacAttack puts the dagger in True Death during this race under the pit cycle. True Death did not save enough fuel during that run. He sputtered coming out of the last turn, and that allowed Mark to gain at least a second or two on pit entry as he had the fuel to get to pit road. And right now, he has a 4.2 second lead on the second place car of FRR True Death. Alright, we're going to go through the field. Hoosier Boy's looking to the inside of the 50. Swamp Cracker lost a little bit of time on pit road. If you guys remember, he was right on the back bumper of the 18. Now he's having to battle the 12 to stay in that fourth position. They're going to make a little contact. 12 car is going to get underneath the 50. Kind of gave it back to him, I think, because he didn't want to bump him there through that turn. Oh, Swamp Cracker overshoots it. Hoosier Boy's got a little bit of a run here through the carousel. Who can get out of this turn the best and carry the run down the straightaway and through the kink? It looks like the 12 has a little momentum to the bumper of the 50 plus the draft. Oh, the 50 just kills that right-hander. Swamp did a hell of a job getting through there. 12 car is going to fall back about 3 or 4 car lengths. And the 5 car, Garv, is actually ahead of those guys. So Garv may now actually be in third. And these guys are battling for the fourth position. Hick Ross is in fourth. Hoosier Boy fifth. Swamp is in sixth. Just behind Swamp, 24 of No Escape. Looking to the inside here, he offsets his entry. And overshoots it. He's going to stay out of the sand. Does a great job. The sand traps kill your speed at this track. These guys are throwing up dust. Riding along with Hick Ross here in the number 18. Oh, big contact. Twelve's catching up to Hick. Is that Garv behind them now? No, Garv's still in front of them. I mean, this is a huge battle here. Oh, they got cars in the grass. 14's really slow. Where's the 12 at? I'm going to ride along with the 12 as he tries to attack the 18 of Hick Ross. He finally got around Swamp, or maybe Swamp was trying to get around him. I don't remember. Too much going on. But the 18 did not get through turn 14 like he needed to. The 12's got to run. He's going to look to the inside. Does he try to side draft? No, he's just going to keep pulling him. Into this braking zone. Who's got it? 18 tries to outbrake him. Crossover move. Not going to have the momentum. 12 car up to P4. Now, we saw Garv and Hoosier Boy make a lot of contact at the beginning of stage one. Really set Hoosier Boy back to the back of the field from the starting position that he had. So I know that Hoosier Boy really wants to try to get back up here and take that position from the 5 car because he feels he was wronged. There was also a little bit of contact by the 5 car later on in the race, but that was not as detrimental to the 12's race as the first contact was. Cross is still fighting back though. Oh, barely keeps it out of the grass. Kept the momentum up though. Cross did not get through the kink well. 12 car gained some time on him. And they're going to keep it rolling. We're going to move up to Garv out here all by himself in the 5. They're just cruising. A lot of damage on the 14 car as he's trying to make a move to the outside of Nesta, excuse me. So you can outbrake each other into turn 1. Nesta has the preferred position. He's going to get a bump from the 14. 14's going to give it back to him now. We're going to check on our leaders. It's coming down to that time. This may be one of the final laps of the race. True Death has not made time up on Mark MacAttack. Mark has been putting on a clinic tonight at Road America. I'm pretty sure he's led every single lap. We're going to look at the lap count for True Death and see what lap they are on. This is 25 of 27, so they got 2 to go when they cross the line. They still got to save a little bit of fuel. Remember, True Death did not have the fuel to make it to the pit stop. But we're going to ride along with Mark. We're going to watch this next lap. We're going to do a Ruthless Racing Crank It Up presented by the Side Draft Download. Remember to check on Spotify and look at the Side Draft Download. I'm sure they had an episode come out maybe today. If not, they have a few episodes out that they already put out this last week. But here we go. We're going to crank it up with Mark MacAttack. All right, as Mark comes out of turn 14, he's going to come up the hill past the entry for pit road. He's not going to stop at the end of this race. He's hoping he's got enough fuel. We're going to cross the line. This is going to be the white flag lap presented by Skew Car. Down into turn 1, heavy braking from Mark. He's going to be able to put the power down and have a good exit. Not enough time, but he's got to watch the fuel. True Death is close enough that if Mark were to sputter coming out of turn 14, he could pounce and maybe take the lead. Mark MacAttack is your winner from Las Vegas. Started off this League versus League season with a win there. Went on to Michigan, was able to sweep the stages there, but came up short for the race win. But now he's coming back with revenge at Road America, trying to go 2 for 3 and sweep this entire race. He's won the pole. He's won stage 1, won stage 2, and looking very good on this last lap as he tries to bring home the win for Mark MacAttack Racing. Owner of the league putting on the show tonight. True Death has a great car. He just doesn't have enough to catch this 44 unless something happens in these final turns. Does Mark have enough fuel to get back to the finish line ahead of True Death? Through turn 14 for the final time. He's under power. He's coming up the hill. Nobody close. And Mark MacAttack is going to be your winner from Road America. Congratulations, Mark MacAttack. True Death is going to bring it home in third. We're going to just make sure, second. And I think Garv was in third. I don't know if there's anybody in front of him. Garv was in third, though. He's in third or he's lapped down. I don't remember. Well, we're going to get the final results very soon. Mark MacAttack and True Death put a hurting on the field tonight. Mark MacAttack, True Death, and Garv are your top 3. Hick Ross brings it home 4th. No Escape brings it home 5th. Swamp Cracker comes home 6th. Hoosier Boy 7th. Team 95 8th. Nesta 9th. And Cole Trickle in 10th. So, Mark MacAttack Racing takes home the win from Road America. I believe everybody is still in the chat. Maybe Garv we have to add to this. Garv's already in here. Huge win by that man right there in the 44. We are Grambling Camaro. Greg Biffle was never the best at road courses, but Mark did a great job in that 44 Greg Biffle car tonight. We're going to wait on the winner to join the chat. We're going to get him interviewed along with the rest of the top 3. Stiff Biff Dub. Yeah, it was.
Good job, True.
Appreciate it, man. You too. I'm third.
Thanks.
Now, what team is Escape and Swamp Cracker on?
Yours.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so
This
Let's
was
see.
broadcasted through Ruthless, or would it?
Yeah, it's on Ruthless.
Okay.
True Death
All
actually
right.
has the fastest lap tonight, 201.464. Mark ran a 201.7, and then third was a couple seconds off of them. So class of the field was the 3 and the 44 tonight. We saw that throughout the whole race. Still waiting on Mark to join.
I watched the stream, the broadcast from like into the second stage, I think it was.
All right, there's our winner. Mark, you got a copy?
Yes, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? Congratulations. Glad we're talking to you here again in the booth. Second win of this league versus league. Talk to us about your car, kind of what your strategies and stuff going into it were. I think you led every lap, man. So, you know, probably an uneventful race, but sometimes those are the best because that means you were running really, really good. So just walk us through it.
Yeah, it was a good race. Happy to get the win for Team MacAttack there. Yeah, I had a pretty good car. Drew had a really good car as well, and there's a couple times he got me for a corner or two. We were kind of flip flopping back and forth, and it was good. It was a good end to stage 2 as well. I know we were side by side coming off the last turn there. It was a good finish there. Overall, good race, and happy to
When was
get
that?
the win.
That was at the end of stage 2, or when we had that
Yeah, I
last
think it's
corner?
the end of stage 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back on the broadcast to watch that. I knew the outside would have a better line, but I was still trying to, break in early and then get the speed off of it. But that outside line on that last turn got me there. I was like, damn, that was a good turn. But it was overall a damn good race though, from up front perspective. Uh,
Yes, sir.
it
Yes,
sounded like
sir.
it was a good race all the way throughout the field though.
Yep, a lot of action everywhere. Real quick, I want to wrap up with Mark. Anybody you want to shout out tonight or anything you got to
Uh,
say?
just shout to Team MacAttack. Good running tonight. Glad again we're here to have a pretty decent showing. I know a couple guys didn't have quite have the runs that they wanted to have, but overall, have 2 in the top 3. I'm happy with that. Good run
Yeah,
from
I
Mark
want to
too.
give a shout out too to Lando. Got me in this league and then want to quit out on this race. Man, what's up with that?
Well, True Death, we're moving on to you, anyways. So, I mean, I think you had probably an equal car to Mark. He was maybe just a little bit faster, but I mean, it shows you ran the fastest lap of the race. Um, you guys were very equal. I felt like he was just getting you on track position to start on the restarts, and then the biggest weakness I think I saw was that last turn, turn 14 or whatever it is, coming back to the line.
Yeah,
The one time that you were in front of him, you slipped up there, and then at the
yeah,
end
I
of
know, right?
stage 2, obviously coming out of there, he did have the outside line and stuff, but he was able to get you there too. So,
I,
talk to us
I
about
think
that turn, and then
I
the rest
think
of your
his
race
gear.
too, bro.
His, it was a good race overall. Race for myself. I just road courses you ain't gonna have a perfect lap every lap. So and every lap you're gonna have minor mistakes. But it's his gear. I think I went down on my gear before the race from a 370 to a 360 to a 355. I think if I would have stayed with that 360, I would have been able on exit of the corners, stayed up with him easier. But that's where he's getting me on was exits of the corners. So uh, if I'm not mistaken, he's probably running a 370 or 360. I'm at 355. So uh, yeah, I think that was the major because there's a lot of times when I hit my marks, I would catch them. I would run them down quickly. That last stage there, after we came out of pits, he had a 4 second lead, and I ran him down to 2 seconds. Even though one car was in the way going up through a part of the track and knocked off like a second and a half, but I could tell I was running them down. But I just that gear and mental mistakes on the track is what it was. And towards the last of the race, my tires, when I crossed the finish line, I had 2% on my tire. I ain't never had my tires be that bad at Road America. So I got to go back and tweak on the setup a little bit there. Find out what's causing that. But no, Mark's fast. He's really fast. Uh, there's a lot of times, I was watching the time and I was running them down, but it's just I didn't practice a whole lot this week on it. I think I ran it one time earlier this week, and then today I ran about 3 races before the actual race, so uh, didn't really have much time on it. So, but yeah, good win, Mark, and Garv, good top three.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Good job for second.
Thank
Yes, sir. Good points day for your team. Looks like you're kind of leading the way for mob racing. So congratulations on that. That's your second
you.
podium. If I don't know if you got Michigan or not, I wasn't up here,
No, no.
but second podium in 3 races. So definitely off to a good start. We're gonna move on to Garv, your third place finisher. He was in the Hendrick.com 5 car. Garv, you were kind of those guys were kind of out front, but you had to make your way up through the pack a few times. So talk to us about that. How was it racing with everybody? And then I do want to talk about the incident going into turn one on the first lap with the 12, kind of what happened there. And then how did you recover from all that to finish third tonight?
Yeah, I knew I had a pretty good car, and I just wanted to get the start and stay clean and stay away from everybody. But the first lap coming into one, it's always chaos, and uh, it didn't kill me, but I had to work my way back up through it, and car was working good. I got through, I don't know what it was, maybe the second stage, coming out of the last corner. Lando was kind of holding me up and holding me up. There was no good place to try to make a move on him. So I thought I'll get him there, and I slowed down early and knew I'd have a good run coming out, and I think he got into him and Nesta had a little trouble there, and I was way on the right side, and he come and was banging into me, and it was right at the end of the second stage, and then I had damage, had to fix that in starting the third stage, and I just ran good laps, nice and clean, and maybe not fast, but a lot of guys were overdriving the corners. I just kept the car on the track and kept on going. I had an incident down on that sharp right-hander. It'd be like turn 8 or 9. One of our own cars got into the back of me and spun me out there, and had to work my way back up. So it was a rough hole, but I made her.
And then I also wanted to ask what happened on the last pit stop? Did a couple guys speed or something? Because it was kind of like you came out of nowhere right there. I felt like you guys were all kind of running together, and then it was just like, damn, Garv's out by himself in third. So, did you know what happened with that, or?
I
Uh,
don't I don't think anybody got a speeding ticket going in. I just know that I got in real well. I
okay.
mean, I got into the pits real well. I've been practicing that part of it. I knew the last stage was where a guy had to do what he had to do and make your move, and that was the place to do it. In and out of the pits, that's where the races are won and lost, and I made sure I did it right.
All right, man. Well, a hell of a run tonight. Did a great job working back through the field. So, congratulations on the podium. And anybody want to shout out anything real quick while we're here?
Yeah, I just want a quick shout out to you, Hollywood. Thank you as always for broadcasting. Thank you to Ruthless Racing for streaming this and allowing us to do this. And we couldn't do it without you guys. And it really means the world for all your guys' support. So thank you guys as always.
All right, man. Thank you. And shout out to swampballrash.com for sponsoring these guys as well. Um, for us, shout out SKU Cars, shout out West Higgins ORV. That your pole award winner tonight was Mark MacAttack in the 44. But that's going to wrap this one up. Mark MacAttack brings home the win for Mark MacAttack Racing. True Death brings it home second, and Garv comes home third. So 2 of the 3 for Mark MacAttack in this race, 2 of the top 3. So that's going to wrap it up. Where are we at next week, fellas?
I believe Atlanta.
Atlanta.
All right, Hotlanta up next. It'll be right here on the same channel next Wednesday at the same time. Make sure you tune in, and we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you.